Hi, girls. Okay, welcome to the Into the Blue reading vlog. I just filmed probably 3 or 4 minutes of this. And then I hated the way I looked. So here we are. We're gonna lean back though because, anyhow, hi. I'm so excited for this book. It is so good so far. So I started it when I was working out and I got about 105 pages in. I just wanted to read the first part, which is around 88, 89 pages, but then I realized, well, I'm only 10 pages from 100 pages, so I might as well do the full shebang and make it to 100 pages. It was really hard to stop at 105, but I read into the first chapter of whatever the second part is after the time is gone. I do kind of like how the first part is literally just their story until they meet again. So I do like how it was broke up in that way. Can't say enough amazing things. I can already feel myself not wanting to put this book down. It's 9 o'clock. I have a feeling I'm gonna have the self-control of, I don't know, someone that has really bad self-control, because I have a feeling I'm not gonna be able to go to sleep until I finish this book. I'm sucked in. I'm terrified. I know it's gonna break my heart. I'm already tearing up saying this out loud. And I know we're gonna cut to video and maybe 20 minutes of me sobbing. No, I'm joking. Probably an hour. So great. Anywho, like I said, 9 o'clock. We'll see where we are. I'll check in maybe in 50 pages or so. Currently, basically, also, I guess I should say this. If you guys don't know anything about me, one thing about me is I am a SNL fiend, and if I was a comedy writer, my goal would be to be on SNL. I watched one video of what editors have to do in the SNL process. I said, there's no way I would survive. Anyhow, but if you don't know anything about this book, I'll read the little excerpt and then tell you what bits from so far. The truth is, there's no such thing as normal life. It's just the time you get and how you spend it. Which, by the way, reading that excerpt, I am very much aware of what that probably means for this book. In the summer of 2000, 17-year-old AJ dreams of being a writer far from her small town, working in a video rental store. Her life changes forever when Noah walks in. Noah is intense and the youngest in a family of great actors. Despite wildly different upbringings, the two forge a bond, first as friends, then acting partners, until the day that Noah disappears without a word. Don't get me started. 7 years later in New York City, AJ is shocked to find herself cast in the same intergalactic TV production as Noah, now a well-known Hollywood star. As their on-screen characters grow closer, the lines between reality and acting begin to blur. Unable to stay away from each other, AJ and Noah are forced to confront the truth of what happened years ago and the devastating secret that will send their lives careening apart, even as fate continues to draw them together. Blending unforgettable characters, explosive chemistry, and profound yearning, Into the Blue is an extraordinary novel that asks, what does it mean to diverge from the script and to write your own story? In 5 years, and this back to back, probably, I'd have to say maybe not my smartest choice, but a choice was made, and here we are. No, I'm literally fine. I predicted. No, because I'll start crying. I'm not even halfway in, and I'm already sobbing. I predicted what just happened was gonna happen, so that's great. We're on page 190, almost halfway. I actually wish I was joking. When I'm popping on, to let you know, I'm unwell. I knew this book was gonna destroy me. I'm halfway I'm halfway and I'm already sobbing. Right. I can't. Like, I actually can't. It hurts, like, so bad. Or, no, it hurts so good is the word I was looking for. Like, you know, it, it hurts, but it's in the most beautiful way. Right. Okay, I do want to talk just for a quick moment where we are in the story and what has happened so far. So, essentially, as we have covered already, I am halfway. So the first part of the story is their story when they first meet and they're young and what transpires between them and their break apart. And then it cuts to 7 years later. Basically, AJ is an aspiring writer. She's working on a like HGTV type show, and she ends up going to a UCB like improv situation during a writer's strike. It's 2007 is the year. And when she gets there, she ends up becoming a contender for I was gonna say revamp, or what do you call it? Like all the remakes of like the shows that they're doing these days. Anywho, it's a prequel though. So it's a prequel of their favorite show from their childhood and what brought them together in the first place. And Noah is playing the main male character. Obviously, he's a big time actor at this point, and everyone's like sort of confused why he's choosing AJ. And very much in this moment, they are enemies. Okay, you know, enemies to lovers, literally enemies to lover. Actually, there's a quote in here. There's a very small staff. I can't remember. I think, or staff team. I think there's like 5 people or something like that, and one of them is Drunk Dave. And let me see if I can find the quote. I was like, I need to underline that. Okay, I found it. It says, Noah was still smiling. As AJ refocused on her food, he wiped his eyes, that wild wine dying down. It made no sense, but AJ felt certain that it had come from within a large black mass. They stayed near to each other for the rest of the night. Over dessert, they conversed with their various castmates while remaining close enough to touch. Em retired around 10. 5 minutes later, Tony left with Ian. You don't think, whispered Ziobo, but she hates him. Enemies to lover, called Drunk Dave. Anyway, so okay. So basically, I just finished reading part 2, which was about like 100 and maybe like 100-ish pages, and now we're on part 3. The intro is blue coats. There are no mistakes. The mistake is thinking we all know more than the cosmic consciousness. We cannot see all the pieces at play. We cannot even see the board. And this from Laughter and Death. Anywho, so it is now 2011 and AJ is working at SNL. So let's get into it. Manuel. Hey chat. So, what's going on? I'm another 100 pages in. Let's breathe. Let's breathe together. I don't even know what to say. I'm in shock. I'm like at the point where it's like, okay, I've cried. I'm crying. I'm so distraught the tears can't come right now. Like, that's where I'm at. First of all, I did not see the ending of part 3 being like that, for starters. I'm gonna go punch Noah in his throat. I mean, for starters. But I guess we should recap what has happened now. We now have about 100 pages left. Yeah, we have about 100 pages left. We're in, I think part 4 is the last part. I don't think it's 5 parts. I think it's 4 parts. And essentially, let me actually go back and look because it starts with we've jumped time. AJ is now working at SNL, and Noah, uh, the worst had happened to her, which she knew would happen, is that Noah would come and host. So, the most important part is that, well, I'll just say that Noah is coming to host SNL, and she's confronted with her feelings. She's moved on, he's moved on, and life has kind of just continued on. An event happens and they somehow get pulled back together. Then they start doing these cons together, and they've just had a big moment together at the last con they were doing together. And like I said, I would prefer to go punch Noah in his throat, but also like I I don't understand, but like as someone with a chronic illness and someone who at points in their life has been like what's the point? Like I can understand. So, anyhow, I have sort of a thought of how they're going to end off in the book. And by they, Emma. But I'm terrified nonetheless. So, yeah. I think I've made it like 2 pages. The truth is, there's no such thing as a normal life. There's the time you get and how you spend it. She looked at AJ, eyes brimming, and placed a hand on her arm. Love is always a risk, she said quietly, in an answer to the question AJ hadn't asked. Yeah, I'm completely normal about this. We're at the third act conflict. I think we have, let me do the math in my head, 50 pages left. I'm not okay. Hey! So, I have a page and a half left. I'm not loving the ending right now. Thank you so much, Emma. Still unwell, but last page now. Oh my god, wait, there's still another chapter. Oh my god, there's another chapter. Okay. Now, I'm on the last chapter. Sorry you guys get this wonderful angle. But if I put you here, the lighting's not good. Like, okay. Last chapter, Slay. Oh my gosh. I should have known this is what was going to happen in the last chapter. No, I'm unwell. Oh. Cut the cameras. Cut the cameras. That was so good. Oh my god. Okay. Give me a moment. Hi, girls. You might be wondering, why did you film this entire thing on your phone? I'm not really sure, other than I needed the microphone last night. We'll strap her back to the book. And I just ended up accidentally filming the entire thing on my phone. So, sorry about the quality. But at least it's all the same. Anywho, hi. It's Sunday. It's the next day. And I just wanted to come back and talk about this. First of all, I need to take a thumbnail, a better thumbnail than I did yesterday. Okay. Let's talk about the book. Let's talk about it. So this book destroyed me in the best way possible, for starters. I absolutely loved this story. It was so beautiful, and just like, oh god. I mean, I feel like all the quotes on the back are just like so say all the thing. Like, it really is like a devastatingly beautiful story about true love. Oh my gosh, it like overwhelms me. Like it was so beautiful. And I was worried a lot of people were talking about like the show that's based around, which is what is it, Astronomicals, I think is what it's called. We're talking about how like they're not a science person or a sci-fi person, so there were like parts where they didn't really understand. And if you're like thinking that, first of all, I'm also not a science person and I was fine. And second of all, it's only one portion of the book. But oh my God, like I don't even know where to start with my feelings. First of all, Noah, I wanted to grab you by the throat and be like, okay, let's pull it together. But also at the same time, I really related to and felt a connection in a way to him, because like I feel like anyone with like a chronic illness can relate to that, because there was like a point, I was just talking to my friend about this, but there was a point like in my 20s where I just like didn't care, and I was like, I'm not gonna attach, or like, what's the word I'm looking for, I'm not gonna allow myself to like really let anyone in, because I've felt before the feeling of like, I don't know how much time I have. Like I could live 800 years. Not actually, I could live 100 years. I could live 50 years. I don't know. Every day like is a gift and a blessing. And I just like truly never know like what is going to come next in my health. And I do my best to keep everything in line and to be the healthiest version of me. But there is always, like, with any chronic illness, that lingering, like, tiny little percentage back here in the back of your brain that's like, this could all be gone tomorrow. Like, I don't want to bring anyone else down with me. And I've been there. It's a horrible place to be. And so, like, I can 100% relate to Noah, like, on that fact. I do want to say I don't feel that way anymore. And that was like a very small point in my life. But when you go through grief and you go through chronic illness and you go through like all these things at a young age, it does force you to be like, is it worth opening up just to get your heart broken and like not have the promise of like whatever? I don't know if that makes sense, but I hope it does. Anywho, so I related to Noah on that fact. Like I totally understood. I hated that we were so like back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But when we finally get to see them together, like it was so beautiful. And it's just like one of those stories where it's like you were meant for each other. Obviously, it's a romance book. But yeah, in my review, I think I said heartbreakingly beautiful or tragically beautiful or something like that, because it is. And it's not, well, I don't want to say it's not a sad book, because there are sad parts in the book. You deal with so much. There's grief, there's love, there's, I mean, there's so many things. There's different health elements. There's the like illnesses that different people throughout, or different characters throughout the book have. And I'm trying to think how I can say what I want to say without like possibly ruining the book even further. It's just one of those books that you leave, or I went in knowing like this is gonna like destroy me in the best way. It's just one of those books. It destroys you in the best way. And yes, there is closure and beautiful love story, and like it all works out in the end, but there are these part of it. Also, as an SNL girly, we already covered this, absolutely adored that part. And I think that's basically it. I mean, everyone was right. This is not one of those books that you read and you finish and you're like, oh, like, this was an overhyped book talk book. For me, this fully lived up to the hype. I obviously rated 5 stars because in my current era, I've been going with the 5-star feeling. Were there parts of this that I was like, what are we doing? Not as the writing standpoint, but just like as the characters, like I wanted to punch them. Yeah, there were parts. And obviously no book is perfect, but this was like such a 5-star feeling book for me, and I really enjoyed it. Loved it. I mean, it reminds me of kind of like the way I felt in the Magnolia Parks. I don't know what book that is. I think it's the 3rd book. Or is it the 4th book? Wait. I think the 3rd book, this big life-altering event happens in the 4th book. It's the 4th book. Or the last book. It reminds me of how I felt with that. Like, I sobbed reading that. And, I did the same thing with this, but like so good and so worth it. And I will be recommending this to everyone I know that loves romance books. Anyway, okay. I'm going to go now. I can't believe I read this in one day. Like, this is an almost 500-page book. Not only did I read it one day, I read it in like 6 hours. Is that right? Yeah, because I read for an hour when I worked out, and then I probably read like 4 more hours. Anyway, okay, I'm going to go now. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys soon.